Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back with another episode of Confessions of an ebayaholic. It's been a while, I know. I've just not been buying that much on eBay, really. I've been fulfilling my action figure addictions through other sources, namely Matty Collector, and securing my wrestling action figures via Amazon. But here is a figure I got this week. It's the Scorpion Stinger Venom. It's from Hasbro's continuation of what was known as Spider-Man Classics when Toy Biz had the Marvel license. I originally got this figure as custom parts for a project I had in mind, which was going to use the scorpion tail there. But I've decided when I opened the package that I like this figure so much that I really don't want to be hacking him apart for my custom figure, so I've decided to keep him for my own personal collection. I got him for about £8, including postage, which I think is a pretty good price for him. He came loose, but seems pretty much fresh out of packaging. I got him from one of those Chinese sellers that pops up on eBay selling random legends for cheaper than expected prices. Let's just go for a closer look at Venom here. Great detail on the figure. I should say, as soon as I got him, I have done some paintwork on him just to make the sculpt pop that little bit more. So I have put a black wash around his eyes, his gums, and along his tongue, just to create a little more depth than was there. I also extended the white eye up onto the head. The sculpt goes kind of way up onto the head, and as Hasbro had painted it, the white paint didn't quite extend into the recess of the eye up there, so I just painted that myself. And I also added a wash onto his chest symbol here, just to create a bit more depth there. But really those are kind of very minor paint effects that I kind of did in 10 to 15 minutes really. But they do make him pop that little bit more than he did previously. Just going over the articulation on the figure. His scorpion tail, each segment actually features articulation, so each part moves up and down, and then in addition to that, each part rotates 360 degrees, which surprised me. I did not expect the tail to be as articulated as that. And it does snap on and off the back, so you can remove that and just have a freestanding Venom without the scorpion tail. If you're wondering at all why Venom has this scorpion tail, it's because this is Mac Gargan Venom, who was the Scorpion before he was infected by the Venom symbiote. So hence Venom plus Scorpion equals this. Moving on to the figure itself, this is really the only letdown, is the articulation on the main figure. Namely, it's at the hips, which move front and back, and then they rotate around. but you can't actually move the legs out to the side at all, which is odd, because generally if a figure is following the anatomy of an actual human being, it would be more logical to have the articulation so the legs can go out wider, because basically, I mean, human legs don't really move into that position. So that's odd. And there's no ankle pivot on the figure, which does annoy me, but considering you can't make his legs any wider, ankle pivot would be redundant anyway. And there's no toe joint there. His arms features 1 point of articulation at the elbow, which is pretty standard for these chunkier figures. Even Toy Biz, when it was doing kind of heavier set figures, usually only featured 1 point of articulation at the arm. The shoulder does go up and down. There is 360 rotation on the arm, but there's no swivel on the upper arm at the shoulder. The hands move backwards and forwards and also rotate around. There's no finger articulation, but basically they have sculpted amazing hands on this. Kind of given him talons, and they've sculpted the hands so they're very dynamic looking. As for the head, that does rotate and has quite a lot of down movement on the head, but not very much up due to the hunched posture. That's as far as the head moves up. But as much as I have complained about the articulation, as I said, the tail has way more articulation than I expected it to have. So to expect the figure itself to have a crazy lot of articulation maybe is just a little bit too much to be asking for at the price bracket Hasbro sold this figure at. And basically this tail itself has a lot more articulation than a lot of Hasbro's figures have in their totality. So he's a very decent figure. I'm very pleased to have him in my collection. And like I said, the tail articulates a lot. In the publicity, he's often pictured with his tail in a position like this, such as on the packaging, the card back, but it's articulated that you can position it into a whole bunch of poses, which is cool. So that's Scorpion Stinger Venom. Check him out on eBay. I'm sure those Chinese sellers, they tend to have a mountain of figures, so he may still be available. And for £8, including postage, shipped to Europe from China, it's not bad, is it? Can't go wrong. So now moving on to another figure, which, like the Venom Scorpion Stinger figure I just showcased, was also bought intended for a custom project, but unlike that Venom figure, this will remain a custom project. This is Master Mold. It's from the X-Men Power Slammers line. It's kind of a goofy toy. You slam the top of the Master Mold's head and he shoots sentinel-shaped discs out of his mouth. It's pretty bizarre and goofy, I know, but this figure's from 1998. It's from a time when the popularity of the X-Men animated series had begun to wane, and Toy Biz were scratching their heads trying to find ways of keeping kids hooked on the X-Men. and I guess someone at Toy Biz thought a master mold with sentinels shooting out of his mouth would be a good way of doing that. So this master mold, I have customized him a couple of times, and it's basically just a simple repaint of the figure. Just stay tuned to my channel, and I'm sure shortly you'll be seeing this very figure with a whole new repaint makeover. If you've never heard of the Master Mold, as his name implies, he is the prototype Sentinel, basically a huge Sentinel manufacturing robot who actually created the subsequent army of Sentinels. So just for fun, I am going to open Master Mold up and see if we can manage to draw some fun out of this power slamming action feature. So here's the Master Mold out of package, and he has a certain kind of charm to him, doesn't he? I'm not sure what Toy Biz were thinking with the paint scheme though. I'm kind of a bit opposed to painting robots flesh coloured, but I like the kind of spider design of him. It has this capture claw, which has multiple points of articulation on it. So you can capture your action figures with that claw. Also has a gun arm, which also features multiple points of articulation. Now for the fun part, the action feature. So we need to flip open Master Mold's face. These are the Sentinel discs that he shoots. We load those inside him. And I have tested this, and Toy Biz weren't kidding when they called this power slammers, because you do have to give him quite a big slam to get these sentinels to shoot out. Otherwise they just tend to kind of dribble out of his mouth and flop to the floor. Anyway, so here goes. Give me a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think we got a jam. Oh no, he's trapped. Let's just try one more slam. And we're done. Phew, that was fun. Anyway, allow me to clear up the remnants of Master Mold from around my living room, and I'll be back in 1 second. Next up is NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe this is Leonardo here. I also got Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo. I hope I got all those names right. These are based on the original comic books, so are without the differently coloured headbands as they had in the cartoon. So I'm identifying them without the benefit of that, just by the weapons alone. But I think I got it right. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Or if I am right, give me a pat on my back, please. So, like Venom, I also got these from another seller in China. I sure am supporting the Chinese developing emerging economy. Not many years from now, China will be ruling the world, I'm sure. So I got these guys mainly because I have customized a custom Krang, which may be the start of an ongoing custom Turtles Rogues Gallery project. I will give you a 1 second sneak peek of that Krang figure right now. And if you blinked and missed that sneak peek, here's a second 1 second sneak peek now. I'm sorry to tease you all in that way, but rest assured, Krang, my custom figure, will debut in a video on my channel very soon, so stay tuned for that. Really, I had an ambition to start a ACBA display with the Turtles and my Krang figure. That may be too ambitious, but I will at least do a comparison of NECA's Turtles with my Krang. Anyway, these guys only cost me, I think, just under £60 shipped. So, sort of £15 a Ninja Turtle. It's a pretty good price. They probably retailed for around that price mark when they came out a few years back. Price on these figures shot up to crazy amounts as they proved very popular with fans, as unlike a lot of NECA stuff, these are very articulated figures, so proved popular with the whole ACBA crew. And considering that popularity, I'm wondering why NECA didn't keep up Turtles stuff. I don't know what the deal was with the licensing. If there's some kind of backstory there, please do share it with me, as I don't know why they dropped the ball and didn't produce more bad guys for these Ninja Turtles to kick the shit out of. Not that I'm complaining that NECA have, as when it comes to Turtles bad guys, I hope to be filling that gap. Last up on Confessions today is this display base. Now I need your help in identifying what display base this is. If you remember a recent episode of Confessions of an ebayaholic, if not the last one, I bought a Hulk Classics Mecha Hulk. Well, that seller sent me this display base with that figure. Yeah, I don't think this is the display base that belongs to that figure. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, or if you know what this does belong to, please let me know. There's no markings on the underside to say what company made it, so it may not even be a Toy Biz display base. But if you recognise this, please let me know. So this has been another episode of Confessions of an ebayaholic. I apologise that I haven't had an episode sooner than now. As I said, I haven't been purchasing that many items on eBay of late, but rest assured I have been bidding like a maniac this past week. So you may well see another episode of Confessions of an ebayaholic much sooner than you might expect. I guess Confessions of an ebayaholic are like buses. You wait forever and then two come at once. Anyway, I am gonna turn the camera off while Scorpion, Stinger, Venom and Master Mold here fight to the death. Who do you have your money on? So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.